Rain poured heavily, drowning the night in shadows and sorrow. A lone figure walked the silent streets, his footsteps light, his heart heavier. Without warning, the sky roared, a flash tore through the clouds, and lightning exploded downward. A blinding bolt struck him, engulfing everything in white light and thunder. His body soared, suspended in the storm's fury, as if fate had reached down to claim him. When the light faded, he lay still amidst shattered ground and silence. Smoke curled around him, but this wasn't the end. It was the turning point. A life dismissed by the world had just been noticed by something far greater. I became a part-time employee for gods, he said quietly. We meet again. In a black suit, he bowed respectfully. Are you the company? I just came to follow up on the online interview invitation. From behind the desk, they sat still, watching him without expression. He smiled awkwardly. Ah, right. It said the interview would be held here at this time, so I. Okay, next question, one man interrupted coldly. Are we dreaming? We must be, for someone like you to enter our company. They slid the resume across the table, barely glancing at it. He laughed, still trying to stay polite. Ah, that, I get it, you want to work, but even so, isn't this a bit much for a company like ours? A sharp hand slap hit the table. Don't you think you're wasting our time? He sat in silence, a single chair under the spotlight, facing the entire world's judgment. What? He blinked, trying to process the insult hidden beneath their words. He leaned forward nervously, tapping the desk. What I mean is, the interviewer cut him off. You don't even have any talent. How could someone like you think you belong in a company like this? He tried to respond. Didn't your job post say talent didn't matter? They smirked. That's just for legal reasons. The law says we can't discriminate. But in reality, we all do. His fist clenched under the desk. It's that damn talent thing again. Ever since Dungeons appeared, the world had changed forever. Long ago, something called potential began to reveal itself to the world. This unseen force lived inside people, a mysterious trait only a few possessed. Years passed, and that potential came to be known as talent. It determined power, worth, even identity. With it, people rose to greatness. Some said talent was a blessing to humanity, and for a while, he believed it too. Until he realized, he didn't have any. Our company values talent, they said, and you're just not qualified. You could try again, maybe after some certifications, they smirked. He clenched his jaw but said nothing. The truth hurt more than the rejection. A world ruled by talent had no place for him. You do know that the law doesn't allow discrimination against people with no talent, right? He said calmly. Are you saying we violated the law? One interviewer snapped. He sat upright, gaze firm. Then how about you tell me why you crossed my name off the list? We all saw your resume. You don't have talent, that's it. Do you think I want to take this route? He continued. Do you think I enjoy this? Do you think when I wake up, I want to live like this? The room grew tense. Apologize, someone said, trying to shift the power back. He stared directly at them. Apologize? For trying? For being born talentless? The air fell silent. No, he's right, one man finally muttered. Across the room, someone lowered their head. In that moment, even if just briefly, the weight of truth cracked through their pride. The recruitment ad clearly said no discrimination based on talent, he stated, raising his phone. The interviewers froze, stunned. He continued, voice firm, I recorded this whole interview. And not just here. I've done the same at every single company that rejected me unfairly. You're threatening us with that? One man muttered, clearly shaken. Not a threat, he said, standing up. It's not illegal to record my own interview. Hey, wait, they shouted, scrambling to stop him. He calmly turned away. I will upload it if I have to. The door slid open as he exited the building, leaving the panel speechless. He thought to himself, this doesn't mean I've won. I didn't get a job. I didn't earn anything. He looked up at the towering skyscraper behind him. A sigh escaped his lips. Is this really what the world wants me to be? He whispered, walking alone down the empty street. Ding, a notification lights up his phone. Your application has been rejected. He stares at the screen blankly. Talent is everything, huh? No matter how hard I work, no one cares. He clenches his teeth, anger bubbling inside. Damn it. He kicks a nearby cone in frustration, sending it flying. Fucking bastards, he mutters, storming away. From behind, someone yells, hey, you can't do that, come back here. But he ignores them. As he walks off, strangers stare, whispering behind his back. One mutters, "Oh no, he's one of those talentless freaks?" He pauses, glancing back briefly, but says nothing. He exhales slowly. What's wrong with this city? The sky is clear, yet everything feels heavy. The world moves on, uncaring, indifferent. Eventually, he returns to a small building, his home. Alone, unseen, forgotten, he enters silently, with only the creak of a door acknowledging his presence. He stepped into the dim stairwell, dragging his feet up the creaking steps. Inside his small room, he dropped his bag and crouched down in silence. "Ah, they rejected me again," he muttered, voice barely above a whisper. Slamming his phone against the floor, he shouted, "Yes, they rejected me. Again." He held his head in frustration. "I know, Mom. I said I'd get a job, and I tried. Is food really more important than that right now?" His stomach growled, loudly. "Damn it, I can't even afford lunch," he groaned. He buried his face in his hands. "Why am I even trying? Can someone like me even make it? I didn't ask to be born without talent. I'm doing everything I can." He slid down to the floor, exhausted, tears close. "I just want to live like a normal person, even if it's only for a day." "I'm sorry, Mom, I couldn't do it again," he whispered as he walked into the rain. He clutched a small can of coffee, cheap, half-warm, probably expired. "This is it, my final treat before tomorrow." He forced a smile as he took a sip, rain soaking through his clothes. The bitterness wasn't from the coffee. It was from everything. He looked up, raindrops hitting his face like the world itself was spitting on him. Ah, tears mixed with the storm. "Fucking shit," he screamed, throwing the can with all his strength. It clanged against the ground. His voice echoed, "You could at least let me have this. I've worked harder than anyone. I've given everything I have." He stood alone in the middle of the street, fists clenched, face twisted in pain. But the world didn't respond. It just kept raining. "Why do you keep pretending to care? What the hell did you want from me?" He screamed into the sky, rain masking his tears. To be honest, he didn't know if he was shouting at the world, fate, or some higher power. "I don't want excuses anymore. I know it's my fault," he whispered, his grip trembling. He knew no one was listening. Still, he yelled, "You gave me this life, then punished me for not surviving it." But deep down, he was angry at God. Lightning suddenly ripped across the sky, bright, violent, deafening. What, you fucker?" He stared upward, arms spread wide. "Eat this fucking." His final scream vanished into the storm. A blinding bolt of lightning struck the ground, shaking everything with its roar. As he collapsed, body limp and broken, he thought, "Am I finally done now?" He hadn't planned to die that night, but it felt like the world made the choice for him. Then a quiet thought surfaced. What would Mom do without me? That question echoed louder than the thunder. Through the white noise, something stirred. A flash, a pulse, then light, warm, soft, comforting. His eyes fluttered open. He blinked, confused, barely breathing. What? It wasn't the cold street. It wasn't the world he'd collapsed in. Wherever he was now, it felt different. "Am I alive?" he gasped, floating in a glowing void, no pain, no rain, just silence. He looked down at his body, stunned. What is this place? A glowing blue light flickered above him, filled with strange energy. "What is this thing?" he shouted as digital lines began to form. The glowing screen shimmered, locking into focus. Hiring notice. His eyes widened as words burned themselves into reality. "The gods are awaiting you." The message pulsed, static humming in the air, like the voice of something far greater. This wasn't Earth. This wasn't a dream. It was an invitation. A new beginning, whether he was ready or not. The screen faded into darkness. But something had already awakened. Something divine.